glad to have you all back. Maestro. For those who are quite late, here is a brief update of what has happened till now. You're at a fine Oxbridge Hotel. It is a place I know so well. My name is Barnaby, I'm an Nigerian who's strong and desperate ain't lost. And the actress Carmen get it arrives and a picture that keeps things rolling along. And then the ghost stories began. Is this Celia Fate's plan? Is the master when we or a very great man? And then the villain came, Professor Max his name, with disaster by his side. How can we survive? No worries, says our general team. Have your trust in me. Everything is peaceful and carefree. She says have no alarm, but will she come to harm? What will happen next can't be said. I guess that's the hot springs. Hey, they say they're wondering what has happened at the hot springs. Say there, hey there, let's all return to the hot springs. With generosity and Barnaby, that's me. Can our hero Avery say anything? What will happen next? A great plot twist of that. Put your saddles on, to the hot springs. Come on.
Barnaby, can you help me with something?
Oh, yes, I sure can.
I'm trying to figure out the plural for noose. For goose, it's geese.
Yes.
So noose would be niece.
And Moose's niece? I don't know.
Or is it noose
It
sock?
could be nice. But no, nooses are nice.
Not nice.
That's a conundrum. Oh,
Well above our pay grade.
look at this. Oh,
Bathing suits are just so risque today.
tell me about it. I never thought I'd see ladies getting sunburned in some of the places they're getting sunburned today.
What were you saying, Barnaby?
Nothing, my dear. Nothing at all.
What on between you and Mary?
Miss Rossity, ladies.
Gentlemen, Barnaby, Avery.
So nice to see you, Jenna. Oh, what I meant to say was enjoying the waters. So, nice weather we're having.
A beautiful day.
Absolutely beautiful. The day! Beautiful day! Oh, dear.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
Adam?
nice weather we're having. Is that the best you could do? Nice weather.
Oh, and the best you can come up with is nothing, dear.
Point well taken.
I've been a war reporter, sending back news from the Peruvian Revolution and the Zanzibar Rebellion and even the Spanish-American War. But I tell you, Barnaby, when it comes to telling Jenna how I feel about her, I just can't find the words. Well, maybe someday.
Now tell me, Mr. Newspaper Man, what words do you have pertaining to that professor of ours there?
Well, barring that natural look of villainy, which we all have, the professor looks honest enough to me. Still, he looks awfully familiar. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just a hunch. Yeah, it's interesting how he spends all that time with that outlaw disaster. Come here, I'll tell you.
Those ladies seem to be enjoying themselves. Maybe your disposition would improve on that if you took a soak in the hot springs yourself.
My dear, with that comment, you're all wet. But it has been my observation that the happiest of people seem to have no particular cause for being happy.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I don't know what sanguine means, but I was wondering, how did you get that there deed to the Hot Springs Hotel anyway?
Well, if you must know, it's not been signed yet. But come Monday morning, when generosity fails to bring the mortgage up to date, after the bank opens, the Hot Springs Hotel will be all mine.
So, you're about to swindle that hapless young thing out of the hotel her parents left her, and she don't even know you're the one doing the swindling?
Warms your heart, doesn't it?
Oh, I think this swindling ought to be out in the open, or it's just not honest.
Honest?
Oh, well, you know what I mean. How can you call yourself a villain when you do it all sneaky like, and no one knows? It's like Meredith, help me. It's like love, right, Meredith? Where are you? Raise your hand, Meredith. I know you're out here. Meredith, it's like love, right? Yes. Meredith, love's got to be, it's got to be out in the open, right, Meredith? Thank you. Well, just don't count.
If you must know, I do have a love.
I heard you were married once.
Yeah, history. Just history.
I heard she hightailed it out of town with all your money from that phony tin mine scheme.
Don't remind me. But now I love another.
Could he possibly mean me? He is rather charming. Thank you. For a villain, that is. He can lose a few pounds. Still. Oh, don't do your dance.
I've loved so long, a love that's true. Just when I think I've found it this time, she tells me, now I found a love that will last my whole life through. How you thrill me, how you fill me with the love of you. Oh, gold, for you. Gold, I adore you. Gold, when first I met you, I knew you mean the world to me. Oh, gold, can't you see? Come on, gold. I can't stand waiting. Why? Just hesitating. You won my heart with your sparkling, glittering ways. That's why I want you, gold. Jump in at the time. Gold.
We're craving for you.
Gold.
How we adore you. Gold. When first we met you, we knew you mean the world to us. So gold, come on,
Gold.
we can't stand waiting.
Why?
It's hesitating.
You won our hearts with your sparkling, glittering ways. That's why we want you, gold. Gold. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I think it's lovely around my eyes and my ears and my fingers and my toes and everything. Oh, I just love it so much. Oh, Professor! Put that away! We aren't here to sing. Remember what we're here for.
Well, as for the gold, my rumors are starting to make these hot springs as inhospitable as Zelia in August.
What do you mean, these rumors?
Well, good lies need a leavening of truth to make them palatable. So I'm using the old ghost stories of the old town of San Juan Capistrano to be its undoing. Any fool can tell the truth, but it takes a man of some good sense to know how to lie well. Pretty soon, all these people are going to be so frightened, they're going to run screaming from these hot springs.
Oh, so you can search the hills and the grounds for the lost gold shipment.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, now see, it's not just
see.
tumbleweed in
I'm
there.
telling you,
There's
that's
some
why I brought you on board, kid. That's why I did that.
May I have a cup of coffee without cream?
Oh, well, I think we're out of cream, so I have to have your coffee without milk.
Just pour the coffee. Tell me, is it wines, chocolates, caramels, confections, cream puffs, candy, assorted wines, knickknacks, and coffee?
You don't have to ask. It's always wine and coffee and
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions to further my research on the ghosts of San Juan? I'm writing a book now.
Well, I'm busy right now. Can I ignore you later?
Fine. I will take that as a yes. Do you ever feel as if you are being watched or hear unexplainable noises in the night? Barnaby! Barnaby!
Most are explainable.
Have you felt cold spots in certain locations of the hotel where they should not be?
Was this cold enough for you?
Why perhaps seen odd occurrences like doors opening and closing by themselves? Barnaby! Barnaby! Have you heard a voice where, when there was no one there, have you sensed an increased amount of anger or negativity recently? Barnaby, are you paying attention to me?
Just 1 minute! I'm having a conversation out here! Oh! And no, I haven't felt an increase in anger, just the regular anger that I've always felt.
How about superstitions? Do you have any?
Superstitions? What do you mean?
Like a black cat crossing your path, or knocking on wood for good luck. Or that odd superstition that says when a bell rings 3 times, someone is about to die. Are there any messages for me? What's troubling her?
Oh, just superstitious, I guess. Well, there are no messages for you, Miss Janet. I'm sorry.
Oh my, it must have been so thrilling to have been all the places you've been, seen all the things you've seen, and what else can I say?
Changing the subject again, are you? Don't be coy with me, Jenna. I've known you far too long. Why continue to chase lightning bugs when it's fire you really desire?
What on earth are you talking about?
A swallow cannot build a nest without taking flight.
Still not getting it.
Come now, you know exactly what I'm saying. He's handsome and smart. That newspaper reporter man of yours.
Avery!
There is a lot more you're not telling me. Or telling him, I think.
Oh, Carmen, I wish I could tell him how I really feel.
You know your heart better than I. Listen to it. Now, I do believe it would be as good a time as any for us to take a stroll. We do have so much catching up to do.
Well, if you don't mind, I think I'll tag along in a minute or two. Am I supposed to tell him that I have feelings for him?
Some people have the flaw of ignoring their worst traits.
Well, that, of course, assumes they have anything but worse traits. I assume you're talking about the professor.
Now, if you don't mind me saying, I think that the professor is not the kind of person you should trust. A villain if ever I saw one.
I'm glad to hear you finally say that.
No, Barnaby, I don't much trust him either, but you can't judge a book by its cover, right? Cecilia, have you tried our hotel's fine coffee?
Well, you know, the best way of waking up is wine that's in your cup, so.
Threw it all on the stage earth.
You say like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Professor. Now, there are some people that they chase their dreams. And other people, they hunt them down and beat them mercilessly into submission. And I think, Professor, you're one of the hunt them down types.
Well, to set the record straight, my good man, I'm merely a purveyor of pills, powders, potions, and elixirs and cure-alls from Zanzibar to Timbuktu, though I have been known to practice a little phrenology, the perfect subject. Let's see here. What's that? Oh, I can't. That was that unruly collision with the desktop a little while ago. I can't. Clumsy, genius, and a little prestidigitation to make a buck. Here, put this on my bill, will you? There we are.
Oh, yeah, those are mighty fine words, Professor.
I am merely an honest treasure seeker.
Well, who'd you steal those words from? Now, sarcasm is just one of the many services I offer to the guests at the hotel. Now, come back anytime you want.
Yes, well, we'll see who gets the last laugh.
Oh,
I have seen his face somewhere. Where was it?
You won my heart, your sparkling glittering wax.
Oh, I was just wondering if what they say about you is true.
What are they saying?
I have been told that you are very victorious. What's your story?
Well, I first tried my hand at prospecting an Arizona gold claim, but it ended up being nothing more than an empty hole in the ground.
Is that when you found your calling as a outlaw?
Well, it's not what I had planned. Everybody's path has got some puddles, but life ain't so much about how high you climb, but how well you bounce back. Sure, I guess you can call me an outlaw, but don't believe everything you read in them newspapers.
I'm hearing a lot of that lately. Glad to make your acquaintance. The name's Celia, okay?
Same back at you. The name's Disaster. And to tell you the truth, those stories about me aren't worth the paper they're written on. Most of the times I'm just protecting myself from those desperados you find in the mining towns.
I did a little checking on you, and apparently you were arrested for a stagecoach robbery back in Wyoming. And if the stories are to be believed, a sympathetic jury took only 10 minutes of deliberation to set you free.
All I said was I could not be tried under a law that my gender had no say in making. Guess the 12 men on the jury couldn't argue with that. It was the law.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, from one reporter of the news to one maker of the news, I'm pleased to meet you. The name is Avery. Avery Braveman. Been in the news lately?
Almost ended up in the obituaries not long ago. I survived a gunfight. What was that?
Quick, Dorothy! Let's see what item mysteriously appeared in the locker room this time.
I've got to run to town for some supplies. Anybody need anything? Coffee, tea, chocolate, wines, the best around.
How are you coming, Dorothy? It's dark up there.
You know, I need a new sign to put over my door. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
What was that you said?
Nothing, my dear, nothing at all. I'll be upstairs with Avery, so I not want all the commotion about.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Yes. Don't leave me down here alone. I'm coming with you.
That's why, to this day, if you listen carefully, you can still hear an eerie sound.
Come on now, that was funny the first time. Fine.
Did you guys hear that too?
Yes.
It has to be the ghosts. Anyway, when tumbleweeds roll across Old Hot Springs Road, it is said that they drift with the ghosts of the Indians that once lived in the hills that surround these hot springs.
No, I wish you would stop telling those tales.
Actually, I find it fascinating. Do go on.
In any case, maybe it's best I stop tonight. If you'll excuse me, I'll be turning in. Good night.
Mr. Dupree.
Curses! Each time trouble bubbles at the hot springs, that perky hotel owner convinces all the guests to stay. Ah! Now's the time to take a more direct approach to make sure all these guests go running from the hot springs like rats from a sinking ship.
Raven! Good evening, Professor.
Good evening, Raven.
Miss Vuhis. Oh, Jenna. If only I could tell you what's in my heart. Oh, she's just so sophisticated, so poised, and so beautiful.
Oh, if only I could tell Avery what's in my heart. He's so brave. He's so smart. He's so much of a hunk.
They say I'm one of those stout-hearted men who fights for what's right until the bitter end. But they do not know that my heart skips a beat on one special lady I greet. Her name is Jenna. I want you only. Jenna, I dream of you. If I could tell her how much I want her, if she could only know the truth, my darling, till then I'll be here faithful, hoping one day you'll see. Someday I'll tell you my yearning for you. Until then, Jenna, please wait for me. Jenna, I want you only. Jenna, I dream of you. If I could tell her how much I want her, if she could only know the truth, my darling, till then I'll be here faithful, hoping one day you'll see. Someday I'll tell you my yearning for you. Until then, Jenna, please wait for me.
Avery, much of this might be idle speculation, but were were those words meant for me?
Yes, Jenna, they were.
Oh, Avery, I had so dream, but I never knew.
Oh, Jenna, I've been wanting to tell you since... Quick, Jenna, you must get out of here. Go to Woodman's Hall and tell Judge Egan what to do. Take this ring. I'll meet you in
Thank you for the ring. This is my hotel, right? And the guests here, they're my responsibility. Irregardless of whatever's happening, I'm staying.
Jenna, it's regardless of what happens, I'm staying. Jenna! Regardless of what happens, I'm staying.
Oh, so you're staying too? I'm so proud of you!
Fine, we'll both stay. But stay here while I go out and figure out what's going on. But first, here, take this. That's fresh in your breath.
Are you living okay, Avery?
What's on your pocket?
Wasn't me. No.
Are you sure?
No.
All right.
Wasn't me.
What's going on?
I was loud enough to wake the six.
It's all right.
What's going on?
Ghosts at the hot springs, gunshots in the night, enough to make a sane person pack his bags and head out of town.
Well then, pack your bags and head out of town.
What's all the commotion? I didn't expect your guests to get any sleep at all.
It looks like the chocolate maker very sweet has been shot.
What a shame.
Not my Barry! Hey, that's my line.
He's the one who shot Barry Sweet.
That was him.
The professor.
That's a lie!
I saw him pull out a gun from under his coat and shoot that lovely man.
Oh.
People often forget that the paper is everything.
How could you?
Oh!
Did
Try
you
to
get
help
$5? No? All right.
Professor, what do you have to say for yourself?
Curses! Now I'll never get to complete my evil scheme where I convince the guests that the consecration is run over with ghosts so that the hotel will default on its mortgage so I can then search the hills for the gold at San Juan Capistrano and I can get rich on nuggets like this one! Did I say that as an aside just to you, or did everyone hear my entire evil plot?
Every word you said, Professor.
He told everyone exactly what we were doing.
Curses! I had hoped it wouldn't come to this. Hands up!
I guess that answers who shot Barry.
I've been patiently trying to get you all to leave. Ghost stories haven't done it! No! Creaking, groaning sounds in the night haven't done it! No! Not even murder will chase you off. So now, all of you, yeah, you too, big guy, will have to leave permanently! All of you, over there, go on, get moving. Get moving.
Go, Paige.
You!
Oh, no.
You there! Come here! Missy!
I just hold the cue cards.
I don't care what you do for a living. Get over here with the rest. done to see mean. Look out, old Mackey's back in town.
If you must shoot someone, Professor, let it be me.
Oh, Avery, you're so brave. You're my hero.
No, but before you shoot, Professor, there's something you ought to know.
Oh?
That you said gold a few moments ago. What you have there is not gold, it's brown mica. May I? It could be pyrite. My father was an assayer in the Dakotas, you know, and gold doesn't tarnish. Do you see the tarnish there and there?
Not real gold?
Just fool's gold. Pretty, but not worth dying for.
Was that a joke?
Drop the gun, Professor.
Oh. What is the meaning of this?
In case you weren't listening, let me clarify the situation. Drop the gun, Professor. You're under arrest. It's time to take you off to the New Scout. Again.
Curses! You look familiar. Are you a lawman who fancies himself as quick on the draw?
Actually, I do.
How did you know I was here?
Professor was visiting our local jail when he broke out and headed up for the hills.
I remember him now. It was all about gold back then, too.
Oh, I thought he looked familiar.
I never liked that picture.
I knew we'd have to get Cracky to nab this scoundrel. He wouldn't show his face around here unless there was gold to be had. So I took a trip up to Cheyenne to lose a few hands of cards. Could you hold that for me?
What the shortest tour in the shed, isn't he?